So this is Prosecution Africa Live here at the Temple of Justice in Monrovia. To protest against what they call his prosecution here by government. So you see, you have gathered in numbers and numbers, and they were all roaming around the Temple of Justice this morning, as well as in front of the Capitol in Monrovia. I'm trying to move straight there from the Capitol in Monrovia, just from the Temple of Justice, as you can see. I'm moving in front of the Capitol, and from the premises of the executive mansion as well. They are all here, as you can see. About all along a mural these are supporters of the ANC. The leader protesting here this morning at the Capitol. We here from the Capitol in Monrovia. You can see they have gathered in their numbers, in huge numbers, protesting against the prosecution of Mr. Cummings. And we hope to see some of those who are here participating in this is this group and it's here. I'm sure it's a group that have gathered in numbers here at the Capitol. I'm still here to see executives of Cummings here, but
welcome to the Jara TV, sir. So, your presence here signifies that you have given already your support to Mr.
I have no comments at this moment.
This is one of the executives, the national vice chair, that he said he has no comment. Solidarity rally for justice. I see the photo of ANC political leader, Mr. Cummings here, as you can see in the these are the supporters and sympathizers. Welcome to Front Page Africa, sir.
Thank you.
You are an executive of the ANC. I see you here at the Capitol, and some of your men, your supporters are at the Temple of Justice. Why are you here?
Yeah, there's a solidarity rally. We are here to ensure that we send a message to the Liberian government and to the international community that as much as we can give ourselves to the process, we want the process to be fair and speedy trial.
So are you sensing something sinister?
Well, we have understood that this case has taken two phases. The legal aspect is there and the political aspect is there. So this is a political push on the government, because the government knows that the strength of every person is the number of persons that follow them.
Have you been advised by some political people to take this kind of radical approach, since in fact the case is still at the Temple of Justice, and in fact it's a criminal proceeding?
So we have so many political strategies in our party. As a matter of fact, to let you understand that this rally was organized by another pressure group that is within, or auxiliary that is within the CPP.
What's the name of that
is called CYCPP, which is the Conscious Youth for CPP. They brought this out there and said in favor my standard bearer and my party. We brought it out there and we decided to join them in the solidarity support.
So how long are you going to be here?
There's an organized rally by the CYCPP.
So how long are you going to be here?
So we're going to be here up to evening hours, and then we're going to make some whatever statements. So up to evening hours, and then you will hear solidarity speeches will be made, whatever statements will be made by officials of the party.
When exactly?
So the process is ongoing right now. We're still gathering people. people, the supporters are still coming. We understand the traffic this morning was so bad, so it slowed the turnout.
Do we expect Mr. Cummings to be here today?
Sorry?
Do we expect Mr. Cummings?
Of course, Mr. Cummings will be here because there's a solidarity support, there's a solidarity rally. He cannot be absent from this. Even if he does not want to come, whether his schedule does not permit it, he will be care by the voice of the people and the demand of the people to show up. So
are you also intending?
Knowing him to be a person who believes in the people, I'm sure he's going to be here.
So are you intending to present a petition, and who are you presenting that petition to?
So, like I said, a petition will be submitted. I hope that the government will show up some representatives and to receive whatever statement that we have waiting to be submitted. And I will hope that they will avail themselves. But even if they decide not to turn out, the masses and the gathering of the people is just enough to let them know that a statement is being made.
Are you in communication with government?
Sorry?
Are you in communication with government?
Yes, government has given us the permission. We wrote to government to inform them. As you know, we got a little distraction here, so
you're disturbing me.
Yeah. So we have. So as you know, the law requires that the government should be informed. The law requires that peaceful gathering, peaceful assembly, so that we inform the government. It's just influence of the law.
All right. So is there any other thing that you want to put out to the public that we did not talk about?
Yeah, so we just want to inform the government that these are your people, these are your citizens. Mr. Cummings is one of your citizens. And politics in our country should require a level playing field. All we call for is a level playing field. Whether with the case, whether with the election, whether the political cloud or the political atmosphere, we want a level playing field. We want competition. When we compete among ourselves, we push one another, we can get our best. But when we start to play some chicanery behind the scene to avoid and impede other people's chances and deny other people from vying in and throwing their hearts into the competition, obviously we will have no choice, but yet we will have the only available alternative.
Just one last question just before you leave. When exactly do you expect the case to come out?
So the case from our legal team, the case statutorily supposed to be between 21 to 30 days. It shouldn't go beyond that. So, but what we're observing, even from the last proceeding the other day, we are observing some delays. The government is dragging her feet. Because when you prosecute a person,
like
when you accuse a person, yes, when you accuse a person, that is assumed that you have something that is called evidence that you want to present to court to show your accusation. But in the event where you are asked to present the evidence and then you say whether or not you have it, they should give you time to gather the evidence that alone is carrying. And then the judge, according to the rule, the judge granted you at least 5 days, 5 working days. 5 working days should end tomorrow. So tomorrow the school has scheduled a hearing. Tomorrow by 11 o'clock, tomorrow is being Wednesday, by 11 o'clock, Mr. Cummings, Senator Nathan, and Elisha Toole, Standard Bearer, Chairman, and Secretary General, respectively, of the ANC will be appearing in court. Tomorrow we expect the government to be able to bring in the evidence, find the evidence, share the evidence with the defending team or defending so that the defending can respond to the evidence. But in the absence of the evidence, there's no hearings going to be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for
having me. Your name again?
Reverend Josiah Asher Kennedy, and I'm National Vice Chairman for the party.
Good. So you listen to him. He's Reverend Josiah Kennedy, the National Vice Chair of the ANC. They are speaking here at the rally today. I'm told they are calling on the attention of the international community as well as government to ensure a fair and speedy trial of the ongoing criminal proceeding involving his political leader or the supporters of ANC political leader, Mr. Cummings. So we're still here. This is the Capitol building. We are in front of the Capitol building, just between the Capitol building and the executive mansion. Police are already taking already around the scene and trying to move around the protest scene. We don't know what is the strategies they're trying to put in place or what, but we're here to see what is happening. But the ANC also have their own teammates around watching the process keenly to see in case of any eventuality. So we're here. This is front page Africa Live.
On Joy TV as well as Joy members of the
So supporters of the ANC are all gathered in front of the main entrance of the capital in Monrovia. See schools of supporters. So we are told that later on they will be presenting a petition, but we still are waiting them to present that here. But we're still here and bringing you a live coverage of the ANC. Mr. Patrick Komoyan is the Montserrat County Chair of the ANC. We hope to speak with Mr. Komoyan out of the entrance of the capital. So, Mr. Komoyan, we say welcome to this interview.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be part of Front Page Africa.
We see you here today. Your supporters are gathered at both the capital and the Temple of Justice entrances. What exactly are you here?
We are here to register to the Liberian people and the international community at large that we are in solidarity of our political leader, Mr. Cummings, as he has been taken to court for alleged forgery of US signature. We want to tell the Liberian people that it is false and misleading. It is tantamount to tarnish the reputation of Mr. Cummings. So we want a free, fair trial. In this case, we don't want it to be temporary. We don't want business as usual. We want Mr. Cummings to have a free trial, and at the end of the day, we are of a stronger conviction that he will be vindicated.
So the case is in court. This is a criminal proceeding. And are you using the medium, some kind of political medium, to scare government or those who are on top of the proceeding to let your political leader walk?
We have no intention to scare government, because government is the father of the nation. We are cognizant of the fact, but we want to draw the attention of the international community to watch the case carefully, because we know our own country, the justice system has been temporary. Up to now, local county senators have not yet taken seat because of some heavy hand. We don't want similar thing to occur in the case of Mr. Cummings. So we want a speedy trial to this matter, because we know that some of us were signatory to the CPP document that Ure and all of his people were part of this. Even during the turning over ceremony, if you watch a video, Ure hail Mr. Cummings and consider him to be one of the best leaders in the history of Liberia for the level of maturity and the level of transparency that he brought to the CPP. It was at the ANC headquarters. And today, you will tell someone they have the leadership ability at the 11 hour you can't take them to court only because you want to put steam on your character. We from the ANC, we know who is Mr. Cummings, the man with the impeccable character, someone who has served the international community, who has served a bigger company, someone who is an asset for the country. We don't want to lose him. So that is why we have gathered here in our numbers to tell the court that Mr. Cummings is innocent and he won a free, fair trial in this matter.
You keep talking about free, fair trial. Are you sensing Sonny Sinister?
Yes, we are sensing Sonny. If we're not sensing Sonny, we won't have this gallery.
What is it?
No, we keep all our statement here because this case is in court and at the subsequent time will be coming up. But we want to tell them that we are watching the case carefully and we want the international community, we want the American people to follow the case that Mr. Cummings will have a free trial.
Thank you very much. He's the Montserrat County Chair of the ANC, Mr. Patrick Cummings there. We hope to speak to a couple of other forming part of this process. So we show here. You see, there are different groupings. Some of them had hair ties and so forth. We don't know where it's going about. So, but we're still yet to sense what does this mean. So the protest has created a situation along the route here. I cannot see vehicles moving speedily along the main road, even though the protesters are somehow taking one side of the road. As you can see, there are one vehicle passing, one at a time, but it's red. You see vehicles flying this route, as you can see. So we show here police are coming along the scene. I'm trying to move along to see where the police are posted. So I'm still trying to move along to see where police are posted. As I move front. And so again, you viewing Front Page Africa Live. We are here at the capital in Monrovia, where schools of ANC officials and supporters are all here gathered. I'm told Mr. Alexander B. Cummings is expected to be here. I've seen a couple of the security all gathered around this place. And key security is used around here. They are all here. I'm sure they're trying to ensure that the place is secure before he can arrive. He can arrive. I'm trying to see how best I can showcase police presence. As you can see, police are all here. But the movement of vehicle, I'm sure has been diverted because police have movement of vehicle have been diverted, as you can see. from back because of this protest. Vehicles are not plying from along the Thurman Bolivar route. I'm sure it's a strategy put in place by the police. They've diverted vehicle that side of the road because of this protest. As you can see, protesters are gathered from this location all the way in front, and vehicles. So the police are firing like that. So as you can see, they are dispersing protesters here. That is a strategy put in place by the police to disperse them. Here, we're still here at the trying to. So in the present, I'm moving along with the police at the dispersed protester. So I'm moving along protesters are all running here as they be dispersed by security personnel, trying to put in place security measures to ensure that the entrances of the Capitol and that of the judiciary is clear, to ensure movement, because as you can see, the police started to divert the traffic and they're trying to put in place mechanism to ensure movement. So they're trying to disperse the crowd here. We're still moving along with the security personnel. This is it. They are dispersing the protesters here. So we take your ID card off, please.
Yeah, take it off.
Where's take your media ID card off, please. So we show you. So this is it. We've been dispersed from the entrance of the Capitol as well as the Temple of Justice, as you can see. So So you, as you can see, so good. So they are giving directives so that they can secure that vehicle. So the vehicle is being secured by police currently. As we are still here. The crowd has been dispersed. These are all of their areas. So we're trying to see whether the spokesman of the police can come on the scene to speak on the matter, quickly on the matter. But we're still here. They are dispersing the crowd. This is their vehicle. The vehicle is still here and on serious security protection. And we are still moving. Security personnel are already dispersed the crowd here. And we're moving. So we're still here in the top zone. This is from a page Africa Live. But we're still here in the top zone. And as you can see, they've been pushed downward and let's see if they will still try to regroup. But we're moving bit by bit and gradually, bit by bit. We're still here as the police try to disperse the crowd. So now the front of the judiciary is already clear, and in front of the Capitol is already clear, as well as the entrance, both entrances of the executive mansion. So we're here at the grounds of the Capitol. Mama, you spoil your material meal. The guy you think there about. So the tear gas is actually affecting me now, but I still got to move. So I mean, some part of the crowd have taken the other route. The police is trying to move towards them to disperse them. And as you can see at the back of the executive mansion, they're moving there. I'm currently in front of the Temple of Justice, moving downward to the Ministry of Mines and Energy. So we are doing the tough work and in the midst of security forces.
But our police
This is a lady who has been affected by the tear gas. So,
your name, please. I'm not used to all of this. Please help me.
all right, so she's in serious condition, uneasy condition. Liberia Football Association. I'm sure she was moving about when this occurred, but we still here moving along. We're still here moving along this route. Walk together, walk together, walk together. No. So let's see. The protesters are trying to counter-react the police here, and from downward Ken Johnson Road area. So I'm currently in front of the Ministry of Information, walking downward Ken Johnson Road towards the police, but I have to be very, very, very careful because the tear gas is embarrassing me currently, and indeed so I'm here behind the camera, following the event, this protest and dispersing of the crowd here. So I'm still here, trying to see what will be the next move, as the protesters were seen throwing stone, but the police also trying to use their strategy to disperse them. Hold on. So you can see the protesters from a distance. Yeah, all the way there along the Ken Johnson Road route, and they show the police is intending to secure this side of the road leading to the executive mansion.
Exactly.
Go to the police station. Go for the police.
Some group of protesters are in front of the LNP headquarters. We hope to reach there to bring you a live coverage of their action there, sir. But they are still intending to regroup. They are not intending to leave the scene. They are coming along with stone. They are stoning vehicles. You can see a protester from the far end there stoning. I'm sure they were intending to stone that officer, but he has escaped the scene. Let me go. So we're turning to move on to where they are. That goes to we're trying to move. The tear gas has subsided this far, so we're trying to move downward in front of the Ministry of Lands, Mines and Energy. Moving to where the protesters are. The police is right in front of the Ministry of Information, between the Ministry of Information and that of Lands and Mines, the entrance. I see protesters, some members of some are intending to regroup a cantor react. So, Mr. Smith, what exactly are you going to do with the police presence? What exactly are you doing?
Yeah, for today, we are peaceful. We are not doing nothing to the police. The police. If there is no owner for they are all wounded, so if you want to see those that are wounded, you can go up and down. The police are still up there. I don't think over there.
And we don't harm it.
All right, so you listen to them. So we see protesters are regrouping. They're trying to move towards the So this is it. When you following us, this is from page Africa Live. We bring you live coverage of the event happening here at the Capitol in Monrovia. Of course, it was in front of the Department of Justice and the Executive Mansion as well as the Capitol building. Now the police have dispersed the protesters, and we see a couple of the protesters are still along still along the PSP and UN route. Queens Avenue to the UN towards the Johnson Road area. As you can see, vehicles are now flying along the Johnson Road that's route. We still have onlookers along the area. Some of the protesters are still here. So we're trying to see how we can proceed towards the police headquarters. So
no, I never got here because I was very fast to run. A lot of women got here because a lot of young people. No, the women were jubilating. The youth were chanting battle cry. When we saw the car of Patrick Suru, when he arrived, the police started to shoot tear gas and they started to beat on people. People went wild, people went to scatter until everybody left the scene with tear gas. And as you can see, the police are coming there, running behind people, look there, you see. So, the job got few of our men and the police are beating and carry them. I don't know to where. Our chairman, because of the tear gas, our chairman went to conscious. So some medicine went out to take it away so that they can rush into the nearby clinic. So this government, this citizen job, we are out here barrel government that is costing and bring people so much pain. Because we have come up peacefully and they want to beat on us as a peaceful citizen. And they were in the opposition going casted around here. Nobody among them. But today they are trying to beat on us. This job, we are police. So we are telling the international community to look into Liberia, to look at the situation of Liberia and make an intervention, or else I'm afraid before definitely happen to this country because we are suffering for a very long time and we have come to a peaceful state and then let's see this government want to threaten our peace. And so we are sending there to come here. We will not continue to sit back. We will not continue to sit back. If things go this way, no more people will say the AFC youth join into riot with the police. So international community, the UN, ECOWAS and other partners should come in and intervene into this situation. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mark Timber is a member of the ANC. He's here. I see you standing confident. The police is chasing after your supporters. And you here standing confident.
Yes, you know, as I see the situation, like it reminds me of 2002-2003 war, And I don't think ANC is involved with the police. I think they are just trying to exercise their own franchise, wherein the Constitution gave us the space, gave us the time where we're supposed to assemble, peaceful assembly. I think the partisans of the Alternative National Congress, especially the youth angle, they have been very, very well organized, and they have never, in fact, embarrassed the Liberian National Police. But what I think is being done here is harassment, complete harassment for the National Police.
Why you say so?
Because you can see citizens. In fact, when they put in this morning, they were standing at this end, and they went across to the Marshall Way. They said that nobody should cross the road to the Marshall Way. And in fact, based on the harassment for them, they even told the people to cross the road and try to run on the other side. And when they ran this way, they started shooting tear gases. I think it's very unfortunate for the arms of the Liberian National Police. They should be very mature. We have seen other protests or protestation in other countries. But what I've observed is that those police from other countries, they are very, very peaceful and respectful of the law. For in Liberia, I think we are just running the kind of government where it's for the hate chicken, when the party, the chicken head just jump all around. They don't even respect human rights or human dignity. You can see people who are here or who have come to protect their political leader based on the situation, prevailing situation. It just don't allow, just cannot imagine a law coming to this place. So you have a full supporter and you have a right to come and also give me a maximum protection. So we are calling on the international community and we are calling on the Justice Ministry to see reason to stop harassing the peaceful citizens of the Alternative National Congress. And any attempt to continue to chase us, we ourselves will run and will go on the rampage to facing the Liberian National Police. In fact, when you look at the crowd here today, it cannot even be compared to the entire or security setup. They are not many, we can all run them. But because we are being very peaceful, that's why we don't want to go that route. But if they continue to be brutal, we are more brutal than them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So you listen to him, he's Mark Nicholas Tingba. He's a member of the Alternative National Congress. Speaking, the police is still making a move downward. That's downward Camp Johnson Road. You still see trying to come downward. They are saying they will continue their protest, and this protest will continue. Lago, so. So we see the police is trying to stop the protesters from coming this side. The protesters are moving downward. Let's see why it's trying to take place here. The police is trying to tell them to go back, but the protesters are saying no. We have our men on the other side. We need to go for them at this place.